Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 20 of Knitting on the Fly. I'm Katie, your host. It is... I just spent an hour doing show notes and I totally forgot. It's Thursday, July 7th, 2011. I hope you all had a great 4th of July if you are here stateside. If you're overseas, I hope you had a great weekend and a great week and a half. I forgot. I totally forgot to podcast last week. For some reason, over the weekend, when I was just relaxing, doing nothing, I was thinking I had recorded like midweek, and I had recorded the weekend prior. So, sorry about that. Next time, give me a nudge. Be like, why aren't you podcasting? Unless I say, not podcasting due to this. So I totally forgot. So, I am in pilot uniform today. We are on a 9-hour sit, waiting for some passengers to be done with meetings. So, therefore, we have a day room at a hotel. It's a Marriott, Courtyard Marriott, so it's a very nice room. Maybe I'll give you a quick peek at the end, if I remember, for the day. And, yeah, I've got lots of knitting and spinning with me, as you'll see, and I got some lunch, and I got some water, which I forgot on the other side of the room. That's okay. And, got time to do a podcast, so here you go. Actually, let me turn my noises off. And my phone will start ringing. So let's kick it off with jet setting. Basically my jet setting's been work and driving up to see the honey. It was off last week due to the plane being in maintenance, so it was kind of cool. I started my new job. I did the week of training in Florida. I worked 3 days, which went fantastic. And then I had 10 days off, which is good and bad, because when you learn something new, you want to keep doing it, because you forget, and especially when something is so regimented as flying. So I went to the plane early the first day we were back and just sat in the airplane and ran through everything. And it's like riding a bike. You're like, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. You start flipping all the stuff, and it's great. I'm feeling very comfortable in the airplane. I love the job. It's really fun. They're really killing us this week. They're making up for the holiday. A bunch of meetings, and so we're flying every day this week, which that's what I'm paid to do. I'm paid, well, you know, better than I was in my last job, so that's always a good thing. So I can't complain too much. I like the job. You know, they treat us well. They take good care of us. So that's good. So my show notes are right over here. So my apologies. I had a check ride with Cape Air. I was supposed to have it on Wednesday. We got fogged out. Or fogged in. Rockland was socked in for the entire day. So that was the 4th attempt at that check ride. Just schedules didn't match. And so it took forever. I finally got it done on the 5th attempt, which was great. I drove up for a few days to see the honey while he was working. So he worked during the day and I knit and I made some good progress, which of course I forgot over here. He didn't even know I was gone. I made good progress on my SMS shawl, which will actually be in a later segment. And it was good. This week we've been in back to work. We've been to Boston area, Princeton, New Jersey yesterday, White Plains, New York today, and Boston again tomorrow a couple times. To move some people around. And like I said, I'm sitting today in the greater Boston area. I'm actually quite a bit west of the city, hanging out at the hotel. So that's really good. Upcoming trips, next week, I think we're doing Tennessee. That's not for sure yet, but that's tentatively scheduled. And then possibly Vermont next week, along with all our Boston runs. And then August looks like there's going to be a little more craziness, dropping people off in other places. Probably some New Jersey trips, some New York trips. So it'll be good. On to en route. Lots of stuff en route. For lots of progress on everything. Heather! Butcher's babe. There's progress on the Levis socks. The Levis de Bois socks. Supposed to be for my mom for Christmas. And then for Mother's Day. And then her birthday. Now they're just going to be for her. I know I've been over this, but look. Progress. Did that? A good inch done. I've got how many repeats done on the heel? I think I got to do 9 of these little rows. These little diagonal rows. I think I've got to do 9 and I've got 2 done. So I've got 7 repeats left, which I think is only like 3.5 repeats because each repeat is 2 of those diagonal lines. So that's going really well. I'm going to have a ton of yarn left, and I'm actually putting all my leftover sock yarn in a little pile, a little stash to hopefully do some baby hats at some point, or some preemie hats. There's a few places I'd like to donate locally in Maine, and then I'd like to get some out to Amelia Bella, and some of the other places that are need some baby socks, baby hats. Then, okay, let me talk about the other thing I was working on before. This has only got a few rows on it, so it may not look very different. Hold on. Oh no, there's some progress. This is my cousin's wedding blanket. So you can start to see the pattern coming out. This is going to be more of a crisscross pattern. This is X's and O's. So you can see the X and the O, and it's going to do that up the entire blanket. So progress has been made. I'm hoping to get a whole bunch more done on that today. Eek. Because her wedding's coming quickly. Eek. So I gotta get that done. And then I started something new, totally on a whim. I've been staring at this yarn for an eternity. I bought it from Heather at Highland Handmaids. It's linked in the show notes already. It's the Interrupting Cow Socks. It's her Dionysus. Is that Greek or Roman? It's mythology. I don't say it's Greek mythology. It's Dionysus. Is the name of her colorway. And it is the Interrupting Cow Socks. I'm going to get you all details because I'm really, really bad about doing that. So, they're the Interrupting Cow Socks by Laura Linneman, aka Lala of the Knit Girls. I am magic looping on size 1s. No, they're my Knit Pick size 1s. I want to say it's the 2.25 of the ones, but I'm not sure. And the Dionysus colorway, that's the back side, that's the bottom of the foot. So it's this wonderful purples and gray, light purples, dark purples. There's a little bit of gray, a little bit of, where it goes to a really light gray, like a silver. So it's super pretty. And then here's the front. I'm not even one full repeat through, but there's a lot of slip stitching. And I love them. They're fun. And they're not hard at all. They're great. It's a great pattern. Once I really get into the pattern, I don't think I'm going to need the pattern at all. I think I'm going to be able to read it so well that I'll just be able to scream through it. But it's a really good pattern, so I'm excited for that. Those are probably for me. I don't know. Let me ask your opinion and your advice. I think I'm a loose knitter. Because I'm on size 1s on like normal sock yarn, and they always seem to be big. And I do swatches, and they seem to be a little bit on the big side, but I don't have any zeros. Maybe I really need to get zeros. Does anybody else have that problem? Like, if it calls for 2s, I gotta use 1s. If it calls for 1s, I gotta try to knit tight, which I hate doing. It hurts my hands. But I don't know. If you have advice for me, if anybody else finds that same problem, let me know. If not, no big deal. So I did that. Okay, so that's the 3 I've got for en route. Landed, I finished my SMS shawl. The Summer Mystery shawl was a knit along that I did not participate in. Everyone was talking about it because it was a bottom up shawl. So you start at the longest edge and you finish here, which was amazing to see this thing come together. So it's actually good. I'm wearing a white shirt, my white work shirt nonetheless. But there's the SMS shawl. I linked it in the show notes. I can't remember. I want to say it's 24 inches down the spine. Hold on, you know what? I'm just gonna look. I totally meant to do this before the show, and I even had it up, and I didn't even look. And I'm not connected to the internet. Awesome. But it's good. I mean, it's my arm span, just about my arm span. So it's probably 50 inches, 54 inches maybe. So somehow that's sounding right. But it is Volmaiza in the Gazpacho colorway, which I love. I haven't decided yet if I've fallen in love with Volmaiza. I just don't know. I haven't decided. The color's great. It's not super soft. Not for me anyway. I think it's going to be sturdy though. Like, I think it's going to be a really good yarn. But I blocked it with some soak. It smells so good. But, so I don't know. I haven't decided. I think it's nice. If I ever get access to it, I definitely think I'll acquire some more. But, I don't know. I guess we'll see. So anyway, I'm going to wear that for the rest of the show. I don't even know how it looks. It sure is pretty though. So anyway, I was very excited. First ever shawl I've ever made. So God bless bottom-up shawls. And if you know of any bottom-up shawls you want to share, preferably free. So I'm trying to pay off some pills, but they don't have to be free if they're really pretty. I'd like to do them because I wouldn't mind casting on a bunch if I can finish shorter because it seems to do better. Oh, and I finished with, Volmiza comes in 150 gram balls. I added extra repeats, so I added 48 stitches, and I ended with 17 grams. It's a little bitty blob. I was getting a little nervous, but I knew the rows were getting shorter, so that was good. Take off into the next section. Nothing at the moment. The interrupting cow socks were kind of a whim. I need to get Heidi's blanket done, so that's really got it. That and my mom's socks. I really need to get those done. Those both need to be done by the time I go home next month for Heidi's wedding. So that will be the plan. Ground stop. I've been crafting a lot, so actually there really isn't much for ground stop. Actually, there isn't anything for ground stop. I'll talk about reservations. I forgot something I just thought of when I opened one of my knitting bags. So, in holding, which is my spinning, I still do not have a wheel. It is still in line. I'm getting the Sidekick by Shacked. And I'm still spinning the Katahdin colorway by Highland Handmade. So it's purples and blues and kind of a gray silver. I'm sorry, I'm in a hotel room and the lighting's not the best probably, but it's spinning up pretty nice. Some of the more consistent spinning I've had. So, and I don't remember which weight spindle this is. I think this is just over an ounce, and I think it's... Heather will know. Which one is this, Heather? It's not the really lightweight cherry 7/8 of an ounce. I remember that one. But I got a bird's eye maple, I got a cherry. I don't remember. But anyway, so I'm still working on that. That's going well. I've been having some pain in my shoulder, so it makes it hard to drop spin when I don't know what it's from. So, and it's just when I drop spindle, so I don't know if I need to figure out a different way to hold my arms. I don't know. We'll find out. Okay, reservations. First thing I'm going to mention is... What should I do first? Okay, let's do the Mean Girls Yarn Club. A friend of mine, Law, of Dizzy Blunt Studio, is doing a sock club. I think it's a sock yarn. I think it's all sock yarn. Okay, go to the show notes. If you're not already watching this, go down. Click on the link that says Mean Girls Yarn Club, and it gives you all the details. It tells you how many shipments. I want to say there's 6 shipments. The price is fabulous. So freaking awesome. Better than any sock club I found. And I have been watching the other clubs come along, and I really love the colors. It's fantastic. So go check that out if you're into yarn clubs. I want to say she's doing some different bases throughout that. So you might want to check it out. If you do decide to join, I know she's got just a few spots left. If you do join and you put in your notes that you came from me, I think she's entering us into like a drawing for either sock yarn or for a spot in the club. I don't remember which. But if you feel the need to want to throw my name in there, great. If not, no big deal. I hope you enjoyed the sock yarn. I might join anyway. I'm debating. I'm still on the fence. I don't know. We'll see. I love it though. It's the one that's closest to me ever having joined, because all the other ones I look at the price and say, no, I don't think so. This is the one that's got me closest to considering. I've been to the website a few times to sign up and had to look at my bank account and go, okay, I gotta wait. But that's the one closest to it. But Law's fantastic. She is actually the one that designed the duck butt hat from my last episode. So if you like that, thought that was funny, she's got a great sense of humor. She's the one that designed it, and that's her club. So go check it out. The link is on the show notes. The Plurk Podcaster Challenge, there's 25 of us that have signed up to do it. I do believe they limited it to 25 because they got a really good response. And what it is our fans on Plurk, people that follow us on Plurk, someone came up with the idea. I think it's Knitting's My Bag. She is on Ravelry. Blah, blah. And she came up with an idea to pick projects for podcasters. And originally it was all going to be the same project, and then a lot of the podcasters were worried about it being boring. I disagreed, only because I watched and I still watch, and this is fine, this is not a knock to any of the other podcasters at all, because I love them all. I watch probably way too many of them. I'm watching a bunch of them work on the Even Star. I watched everyone and their mother work on the SMS shawl. I watched everyone and their mother work on the Daybreak. It's not a big deal. I don't care because everyone's doing it different. There's different yarn. You know, they're changing it. They're, you know, everything comes out different. So to me, it's not boring at all. I don't think so. Everyone's doing it different. It's not like you're all doing the same row, the same day. It looks exactly the same on the same yarn and needles. It's all different. So I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but some people did. So they changed it, and they all picked us different projects. So in the month of September, all the podcasters are going to be involved in the Podcaster Challenge. They're going to give us, our fans have picked out patterns for us. And I'm not sure what the rest of the layout is. I don't know if we have a certain amount we need to get done each week, but I think it's a 3-week period. We're going to get a project done. So that'll be fun. So that will look forward to that in September. Now, a couple things. Purchases and projects that I've made. I fell down this last week. I caught a Vesper update and from knitterlythings.com, and I got some verbena, which is fantastic. It's reds and silvers and like a maroonish red and a pink and a silver, the self-striping. And if you get her newsletter, she offered the first ever discount code. It was for 10% off. So I immediately, like I got the email, I immediately popped over and went and ordered it. Used my first, you know, her first ever coupon code, got 10% off, which basically canceled out my shipping, which was great. I know it's only a couple bucks, but it's a couple bucks I don't have to pay. It's great. It's a great way to encourage me to go over because I may not have done it if not. So that should be, actually I think both that and the other thing I ordered, actually I should check on the internet, should be in my mailbox either today or tomorrow, so next week I can share those with you. Then I went to Heather's shop, Highland Handmaids. It's shop.highlandhandmaids.com. I also linked that in the show notes at the bottom. And I bought some mohair yarn to spin, and that should be in my hot little hands when I get home tonight. Pretty sure. So, that was good. Now, I bought some yarn bras, and this one's humongous. I might cut it in half. But I have my Dionysus yarn in it, and I've never used them. And as I was knitting the SMS shawl, pulling it from the middle, it was starting to get all falling all over itself. So I decided to spend a couple dollars and get a package. I think they were like $3 and shipping was $2. And I got them the next day because I ordered them from a shop in Maine. I don't know if I'm going to say it right. Halcyon Yarn. It's out of Bath, Maine. And actually I should have just stopped in because I drove through there like the next day. Totally spaced it. But I was with a non-knitter, so it probably would have been boring for him, but he gave me a ride down to my aviation medical last week because my car, the honey had my car and his car was in the shop, so I had no vehicle. So a friend of mine wanted to go down and he wanted to go to Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, so I bumped a ride. So anyway, but I really like them. They're only a couple bucks and they really keep the center pull ball in shape when, you know, it starts squishing down. Then I got a bug up my butt and decided I was going to make stuff. So I made this. It's a little drawstring bag, and forgive me, whoever it was on Plurk that gave me the link. I'll find it and put it in the show notes if I remember. For a little drawstring project bag. So we've got penguins. Penguins and some plaid on the inside. So it's perfect for a pair of socks. It just draws up. I'm going to make a couple deeper ones, I think. And then I made 2 project bags. One of them is this one, which has happy little whales on it, and a handle, and that's got my spinning in it. And then this has my Levis socks in it, and it's got aliens and helicopters and airplanes, and so yeah. I just don't have the money to buy the super fancy one, so I'm going to settle with making my own, which is fun. And then, oh, I made another pair, I don't know where they are. Then I made some stitch markers. And I used to sell these on Etsy years ago, and I don't really sell them anymore, but I got a wild hair that I wanted to make some more, so I made some more. These are just clear ones with different color beads on the ends. There's like a swirly, spirally bead, and these are some cute little pink ones. I don't know if you can see them. I didn't really prep for this very well before I did the podcast, so hopefully you can see those. If you can't see them when I review it, I'll put pictures up. And then, these are some greenish ones with swirlies on them. I just like I just like them. Because usually when I'm knitting and if I run out, I just go and grab some of these little things, little silver the findings, and use those for stitch markers. So I've just got all these little silver things, which is fine. I've used straws before as stitch markers. But I feel like making some fun stuff. So I did. And I think that's it. Thought there was something else, but now I can't think of what it is. Anyway, that's all I can think of at the time, at the moment. I don't know. I thought there was something else, but it's totally escaping me. So, anyway, that's all I got for this week. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July for those in the States. If not, I hope everyone else has had a good weekend. And I hope everyone stays safe. There's been some crazy weather around a little bit. So, be safe. Keep on knitting. And enjoy your week. I will talk to you. I'll try to do it sometime, probably midweek next week. I think would probably be best. So have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.